All right, so tell me how I need to, you know what I'm saying?
If you can, always try to lean in. You know what I mean?
All right, like more so like this.
Yeah, see, I got more of your body. Tyree, you can do the same thing.
No, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, you good.
Tis the motherfucking season.
Ho, ho, ho.
The balls is back. I got I don't know ugly Christmas sweaters, but I got some red and white on, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to rep for Santa a little bit. Whatever. I just felt like putting the shit on for real. But
Yeah,
you know
I went old. I
You know
got
what
an
I'm
old hoodie, so we'll call that an ugly Christmas sweater.
You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Whatever.
And we got the militant claws in the back. You know what I'm saying? We don't do no stinking Christmas trees. What you mean, man?
Shit, I don't have one, and he do.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The evolution, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got to see that Squidbillies episode this week. oh. Tore my rotator cuff. You're right.
So the balls is back, man. Podcast, that is, man. And, you know, mobile moving. A little switch up this time. You're used to the ball tie wheeling, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, now we got, you know, sleeves in the building real quick just for...
Yeah, just to show our versatility and
you know
shit.
what I'm saying? That's all, man. Cream guts, man. You know what I'm saying?
In the Volvo, what's this, Dutch automobile?
You know what I'm saying? You know, German or something like that, man. Engineering, baby, you know.
European.
That's all. Like how I like my linens and my vines, baby. Yeah, bro, you know how I do, bruv. You know what I mean? That's all. Shout out to all my top boys out there. You ain't see that on Netflix yet? Check that out, guys. That series is legit.
That is pretty good, man.
It's the UK Wire. You know what I mean, bruv? Need the food, fam. Get the food. Anyway, what's good, man?
It is Christmas, like you said, though. You guys ready? Are you shopping done?
Yeah, I was in that madness yesterday. I spent like $120 and I felt like it was on nothing. When I looked at just like 4 bags, like, you know what I'm saying, like 4 items, like, oh, all right, these toys is just getting more and more expensive, I see. Yeah, but, you know.
But speaking of like toys and stuff like that, as far as your kids are concerned, what do you tell them about Christmas? Do you try to get them to get into the whole family aspect or religious aspect of it?
I mean,
I know we all focus on materialism and stuff like that at this time of year. It happens, but
yeah, I try to give them more that it's the season of giving. And, you know, it's not just about receiving your gifts. That's also good. But for him, I try to explain, like, you know, it's about being good and also trying to do good deeds. And you'll get, you know, rewarded even more for that. So don't just be focused on, oh, it's all gifts about me. Because I'm like, you know, his kids less fortunate and things of that nature. So he's somewhat coming around. But he's still spoiled Ricky Schroeder. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Seth?
Well, you know, my wife kind of introduced this to the family, because, you know, she grew up on Christmas. I grew up on Christmas. I was talking to her. I think it's getting to the point now where we really should start focusing more on those aspects of it, because we haven't been. You know, I kind of was letting her spearhead that movement.
Right.
You know what I mean? She was the Christian. I guess it's getting to that point now where something needs to be said about it. You know, because even my house, talking with my 4-year-old, now she's all about Santa Claus. And I was like, hey, look, I don't mess around with that. I told her, look, there's no Santa Claus. You call me the Grinch all you want. I told her out the bat, like, there's no Santa Claus. Me and Mommy buy all these things for you. And she's like, no, but so-and-so in school said that. And I'm like, no. It's not about what they're saying in school. It's about what me and Mommy are telling you right now. Right. I'm telling you. There ain't no Santa Claus. I was like, we don't even have a chimney.
Think you just break in?
Yeah,
just went full throttle. No hose bar. Like, that's how you gotta do with the kids nowadays.
She was going back and forth with me on it. Mind you, she's 4.
Right.
Exactly.
I was like, all right,
no, Dad, that's bullshit.
Exactly. Get the fuck out of here, Pops. Anybody trying to hear that shit?
Stop hating.
Listen, it's better to learn that way than how I learned at 4 years old. I wanted to go see Santa Claus at the gallery, and on the way back, I fell down the escalator. What the fuck you laughing at?
That's funny.
On the way back, I fell down the escalator, and I knew at that point that no jolly white man would allow that to happen.
It was the magic apple.
So
that's what did it for you, huh?
Clearly, they was like, no, Ty, when your mama lose these Lee press-on nails, it's gonna be for a reason. You celebrate the way you need to celebrate.
I told her, I was like, look, if you want to believe in Santa, how about this? We let Santa bring all your gifts on Christmas this year. And me and Mommy will bring all your brothers.
Is that a bet?
Yeah.
Shake on that? Shake on that?
See how that works out.
I
for
mean,
you. Her brother
shit.
tried to warn her. He was like, that's right.
Don't play. Dad ain't with that shit. Keep going if you want.
Look at my face. Nah.
I done been there.
Exactly.
We done had this Santa versus
and that
parrot argument.
conversation now. You know what I mean? You better get to it.
Yeah.
But no, that's good though, man. You know what I'm saying? No falseness on that foolishness. You know what I mean? You let them ride out for a little bit, but you gotta cut it short early.
Staff is
Like,
telling you
know
he ain't letting that shit ride at all.
but he did let it ride for 4 years. I mean, so that's cool. Like, I mean,
He
listen.
knew she wouldn't understand that there ain't no Santa before
I would say that this is the first time she's actually brought up Santa.
Right.
This is the first time she's actually, well, you know, she just started school.
Right.
So now she's interacting with other little kids.
Oh yeah,
Who
little
then,
shay
you know,
shays. You know what I mean?
Their parents
I
introduced them to
know,
Santa
not
a very long
necessarily
time
just
ago.
white kids.
Yeah,
Black
it's-
kids
yeah,
believe
it's
in
I
Santa
know,
too.
man. I'm just messing around. Look at this boy. Every time.
I'm
man,
just
get a-
saying,
Shout
because
out
you be serious about that shit.
Nah, man.
Listen to these white kids privileged and shit.
Because they do be out this motherfucker.
See?
But anyway, go ahead. I digress. Go
So,
ahead.
yeah, I mean, that was it. That's all I'm talking about as far as, you know, Christmas and Santa Claus and all that stuff. But we do have a tree up. You know, there's gifts on
Beautiful tree,
So-
I must say. Good for you.
Just put mine
Great
up. I
embrace.
got half-ass my joint. I got to put the lights on today, baby. Couldn't find them earlier.
We do have a Kwanzaa celebration the next day.
I'm gonna just light a
And I've been trying to
cigarette.
explain to them too that, you know, Kwanzaa's supposed to be about handmade gifts.
You heard this? What you say, good
I'm gonna
brother?
just light a cigarette. Leave it in the living room.
Like 7 cigarettes.
I'm going to light a port.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Hey, get away from that Christmas port. Get away from that Christmas port.
You know what I'm saying? What you mean? Blessings. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Light a new square every day.
Oh,
That's
man.
Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all of them.
Chanukah.
Exactly.
All of
You
them.
vote for Chanukah.
Exactly. What y'all know about that? We gonna
Yeah.
ride this out to the
My
first,
Jewish
baby.
brothers and sisters.
Uh-huh.
Shout out to you.
All day long.
That chick from Orange is the New Black that converted.
Black, shout out
I
to her.
heard good things.
Nothing but the best.
Oh, man.
So-
But that's cool, man.
Something going on.
Oh, you know what we got going on? We got it. You know we got to speak on that, man.
What's that?
We got a whole impeachment going on, dog. You know we try not
What the
to.
hell's that matter?
It's
man?
not complete though. It's
It
not,
don't mean nothing.
It's just your thoughts, man. Like,
He ain't
what's your
going
thoughts on
nowhere.
that, man?
My thoughts on it is why wait till year 4? Why wait until the last year of his term? Now you want to try to make moves to get something done. It's kind of like
You know what it's
Everything
like?
It was all a setup anyway. It was all a dream.
It's like the episode of Game of Thrones when Ned got his head chopped off. He tried to give this declaration and say that somebody else should be king. These motherfuckers said, no, they shouldn't. You listening to the king now. King about to tell you what it is. And you know what? Because you want to be insolent and disrespectful, go ahead and off with his head.
Off his head. Off with your head,
Because you
baby.
thought you was going to win.
at this point we're waiting for the Senate to vote on impeachment.
And you already know where that's going.
And if that
And that
doesn't-
ain't going. That
that doesn't happen.
Yeah, and
All
when
you're
that
gonna do
doesn't
doesn't
is-
happen.
Look, you're really just all his supporters are going to go super hard next election if he decides to run again.
Oh, he's
don't
running.
be. He might not because I'm sure this has been way more stressful than he anticipated.
I
it was
don't
going
think
to
so.
be.
This the shit show that he used to. This the
But hold on,
informer.
but hear me out. He's 70-something years old, right?
Okay.
If he survives this, he comes out the one thing that he loves more than anything, a winner. All right? He comes out a winner. He doesn't have anything else left to prove. He'll be able to say he was the greatest president in the history of the United States of America. There's been no one better than him, right? I survived the witch hunt. I survived all the attacks from the Democrats.
Fucking
But
guy.
you know what? I've decided maybe I'm going to move on and do other things with my life. He's already cemented his legacy. He's been a billionaire. He's been a celebrity.
I'm going back to The
He's
Apprentice.
famous. You know, now he goes down as one of the country's, presidents, like I said. He doesn't have anything else left to prove. In another term, he could risk exposure in an impeachment or some criminal charges after he leaves office.
Did you say exposure? How more
I
exposed
mean,
do you need to be?
more exposure.
Like,
More exposure. Maybe all this is some tip of the iceberg type stuff. So we don't know what else.
I don't think he cares.
That's exactly what I'm on. The more exposure, good, bad, and different, he don't give a fuck. He gonna tweet about it, tell
Right.
you to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead. And what he do to the pussies, I forgot what he said he do to them, but come on, man. All that extra shit he into, dog.
What do you do to the pussies?
You know what I mean?
He
Trump
running
shit.
again, dog. I don't think
Trump
he looks
shit,
at it.
dog. Like, come on.
You looking at it from a standpoint of self-awareness. I feel like we can go ahead and just sweep that attribute way under the rug.
You've been around these last 4 years with this foolishness. Like, come on, fuck this guy.
I don't really think that's happening.
It's all a mockery shit show, man. That's just what it is right now, dog. It's ridiculous what's going on with this. Like,
Well, that's what's going on. I mean, whatever. We'll see. I mean, it's, we'll see. I don't have to go all hype about it right now. He's still in office.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
he's still talking shit, still popping shit, still tweeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? What you talking about?
I guess that's just part of the...
I'm going to have Kanye do church at the White House.
That's part of the Black American experience when it comes to getting some type of justice or something like that. We know it ain't over till we get the sentencing.
And that ain't happening.
So don't get your hopes all high. If it ain't no sentencing going on,
he not getting no sentence.
There's bound to be,
fitting the crime.
If somebody gets sentenced, you can best believe there's gonna be a fall guy drop on that sword. Somebody a name you ain't even heard yet. Just some new fella.
But I wanted to talk about that Wilder Ortiz 2 fight.
Okay, what do I mean? Well, I mean, Ortiz didn't look bad, but Wilder even said this to a point like, I only need to be good for one punch. You have to be good for 12 rounds, and you have to avoid one punch.
This is what
that's all he has to do. I mean, he hits as hard as anybody in the history of boxing. I'll give him that. I would never call him the hardest puncher ever because there's been too many people, but he has done more than enough to be in the argument for consider his
one shot,
his level of skill, which isn't high. And the fact that he throws his whole body, including the soles of his feet, into that right hand.
But you also have to give him credit for being able to do it all the way up until the championship round.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fight. Like the tank, he always has that in reserve in his tank. It's never on E.
Man.
Never completely gassed.
And he's not a huge
moment,
man. He's tall, but he's not.
But he's still
like
powerful.
250.
I'm gonna tap this, and
he's over 200 pounds.
So he know his strength in his hands at this point. So he know when he can just give that half. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that he can fight somebody like Ortiz, who's clearly outboxing him.
Yep.
This whole fight,
but he still
can reach back, dig deep, tap this reserve, pull it out, connect.
Yeah, because can you take it?
I mean, he hit Fury with that one bomb in the 12th that he thought in the fight that he did the Undertaker rise on. So
Fury just had his crazy chin on him. So he was able to like, whoa. He got up. Yeah, I remember Wilder's face.
Yeah, and he saw him like, whoa.
He was like, whoa.
What you talking about, Willis?
Whoa. So more to this man than I thought.
He got up again?
Yeah, I think they're trying to fight again in February, maybe.
And now I'm kind of convinced. I think if we ever get that Joshua Wilder fight, I put my money on Wilder.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard not to bet on Wilder by knockout, considering what he's done in his career.
Exactly.
I mean,
and the fact that you can see Joshua can't really take it.
You can put all you want.
Joshua can fight. He can box.
He can't take a punch.
Saw that.
He can box. I mean, there's no question in terms of who's more technically proficient. And that's the case with most, especially now that Wilder's at this stage of his career. He's likely going to go into most of his fights being the least technically sound of the two. But he's got a mallet at the end of his right wrist. And that should change everything. I mean, I'd be here all day naming heavyweights that are better and from a historical perspective than Deontay, but it don't matter. He ain't fighting again in the 80s. He ain't fighting in the 70s. He's fighting right now, and he's cleaning any goddamn clocks.
Well, speaking of boxers, I didn't get a chance to see this. I figured you probably did. Maybe you have an opinion on it. Wasn't it Chavez Jr. quitting?
Oh, man, that dude.
Because he said he broke his nose?
Broke his nose, and he said he hurt his hand. He already came into the fight overweight and had to give up $1 million of his purse. He's just not a professional fighter, man. He's an embarrassment. It's why fighters' kids never prosper. You ain't never seen a kid of a successful boxer. Floyd Mayweather Sr. was in jail when Floyd was a kid, so he don't count. I mean, but like Tyson, I remember him telling a story like telling his kids, like, you're going to run into somebody like me as a boxer, and he's going to destroy you. You can't, you don't have what it takes to be a fighter. To your credit, you weren't grown up in that environment. So unless you are, you can't. You really can't. It ain't something you can do just for sport, because at some point you're going to want to quit, and that person that's hungry ain't going to quit, and they're going to beat the shit out of you. And it happens. It happens to Chavez every time, so I don't even know how or why he's still getting put in these situations to get money off of this. Like, what do you expect? Certain times,
my name is my name. You know what I'm saying? Name is my name.
And his dad looking in the crowd like, this motherfucker, I can't even.
I know.
I am embarrassed. Muy.
quit.
Yeah, man.
Better get knocked out.
Right. Then he came in there with like green and blonde hair. Like, he's just an asshole.
Spectacle. It's all
Yeah.
spectacle.
But he ain't as a fighter. He should be in the WWE. That's where he can make his money, but I don't
What's up with Antonio Brown, man?
know. I don't know about that either. I mean, I guess as every day goes by, he's wishing he had that NFL paycheck coming in. I can believe that.
Yeah, I don't know. He might be another one. He might not come back.
He'll be back. His talent level is going to have him back as long as he get right.
Yeah, see, the difference between him and others is that he was playing at an all-pro level.
You know what I'm saying?
And you can always find a space for somebody playing at an all-pro level. That's why Kareem Hunt wasn't out of a job for so long, but Ray Rice can't sniff a job. Now, granted, the situations, one was more egregious than the other by a long shot in terms of what Ray did, but had Ray been an all-pro that year before, he'd have found a home.
Yeah. Because, I mean, talking about that, because even Antonio Brown has sent out that tweet, trying to say it was racism.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why he wasn't playing in the league.
Right.
Because Roethlisberger, who was never charged with a crime, but he had 2 rape allegations, still playing in the league. But at the same time, and I'm not taking sides in all this, but I'm just bringing up facts. Roethlisberger did get suspended 6 games back in 2000. It was 6 something.
Not to mention, the easiest way
2010.
to keep your ass buried in the doghouse is to point out what other people did and try to bring them crab in the barrel.
The problem, like,
He said some
shut
shit
the
about,
fuck up, AB.
Robert
That's what your
Kraft
problem
having
is.
his situation with prostitutes and
Shut
putting
the
that out
fuck
in the
up,
light.
dog.
Like, okay, now you done crossed the lines
dog.
now,
You
boy.
don't know when to shut
These
the fuck
heavy
up.
pockets that you're talking shit on.
Exactly, dog. Be
There has
fuck
to be
quiet.
a repercussion for that.
And that's it, dog. You fucked up your money. Nobody else did. You fucked it up. So, like, get out of here. Like, that's it, dog. Don't nobody feel no type of way about
There
you,
has
baby.
to be numerous times
Like,
where he's
fuck
thinking,
outta here,
man, if I
dog.
just kept that goddamn Oakland Raider helmet on and shut my
he's
mouth,
one of
I'd
the
be good.
I know.
Closing
Yeah.
2019 out. He's sorry to say, AB, love you. Wish you could have played for the Eagles, but you don't. We could definitely use your ass today.
He could suit up today.
Exactly, and go out here and fucking
All right,
ball.
we're just gonna give you the routes. We're gonna call the players X19 jet scamper slam.
Exactly.
Bet. I'll see you there.
But trying to make the comparison with Roethlisberger, it's not the same. I mean,
No.
and there is a racial aspect to that. He is a white quarterback. I get it. You know what I mean? In the league, the guys who make the decisions are going to be white
Hollow
men.
ground,
They
baby.
see more themselves in a Roethlisberger.
Hollow motherfucking ground, babe.
But
You know what I'm saying?
they got basketball court.
You know what I'm saying? Come through hollow ground real quick. You know what I'm saying? Environmental Science Magnet High School. Damn, they got a whole, like, look at this shit. They got a whole name, a whole situation going on here. They like the low Saul now and shit. You know what I'm saying? They like Saul Jr. and shit. They on their environmental shit. Let me find out, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? We just had to come past hollow ground real quick, man. 98 out here, man. Pulled up on Lincoln real quick.
Something about 20
You know what I'm
years ago.
saying? You know what I mean? Real quick, like, man, look like a motel out this joint. Hopefully they got a gym in this bitch by now.
No, they don't.
No.
You know what
No,
I'm
they
saying?
do
You know what
not.
I'm
That's why you
saying?
saw that basketball court outside.
You know what I'm saying?
And they just got the one court. They still ain't got full. It's 2020.
You know what I'm saying? They added that shit on in the back with all that. Be funny if it's a big ass building back here where all that land used to be and we used to play
the
ball
annex.
at. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, man. You know what I mean, man, I used to have myself some times in that stairway, Jack. Let me tell you, all the way around.
Houses and stuff back there now.
I mean,
Houses weren't there before.
Yeah, I
Hollow
can see that
Grizzle,
being some
man.
quiet land back there.
you know what I mean, shout out to 98, man. We got something in store for y'all at the top of 2022, man. We ain't doing no reunion, we doing the get back. That's another story, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? That's all for the L, though. Can't forget New Jersey. But yeah.
So, do you know what they do for sports now?
I imagine maybe they're still affiliated with Kings now.
Nah, they ain't affiliated with nothing. They their own spot.
Right.
They're standalone, so they probably
They
got
probably
their own
don't have a football team then. And if they only got that court, I doubt they got a basketball team.
You know, ping pong or some shit like that, man.
Hey, man, there's money and everything.
Ping pong champions.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's all. Never know though. They might try to tell you it might got like a little below court or something they got now. You know what I'm saying? Flip the room into some actual shit.
Yeah, no. Wasn't none of them joints high enough. They had to knock out the first floor.
That's cool. They probably did. You know
They
what I mean?
probably did not.
Probably knocked that whole. You know what I mean? Ain't no more.
Once
third floor.
Podcastbols get famous, we get them a
We
gym.
gonna buy
We
some.
get them a gym.
They gonna name
So-
it first.
We're going to have to come here and work out, though.
Exactly.
You ain't got to say nothing. Keep these high school up.
That's all. As it should be.
Okay. Big football game on today, gentlemen.
You mean
Battle
Monday?
for the NFC East.
Yeah, you mean in a couple hours.
I said today, didn't I?
Oh, I don't sound like you
I'm
said
sorry.
Monday,
I got
brother.
the Invisalign in. It sounds weird.
Yeah, it's
you know,
okay.
I
It's
guess.
no worries.
But yeah, Dallas, Philadelphia, 4 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because we're still on football. And we didn't talk about it because we didn't get up last week.
Yeah.
Some of that Mike Vick petition.
What Mike Vick petition?
Keep forbid, was it one of the coaches?
Oh, the Pro Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell? We let it go.
The man went to jail.
Yeah.
Served his time over a decade ago.
Look, man.
And plus, not for nothing, with Lamar Jackson's actions and feats, it was kind of bringing him back into the limelight as he eclipses all of Mike Vick's records. So,
what's up with some forgiveness?
yeah, especially for somebody to actually serve the time. Like, it ain't like, yeah, dog.
Come on.
You can't really ask for much more than that.
Man,
And hasn't been in any trouble since.
Right.
you mess with one of Shay most prized possessions. His doggies. His doggies. And you
Look.
mess with Shay dogs, they come for you in droves. You dig? So that's everlasting.
Now,
It's just gonna
this-
be something that some of them people just ain't gonna never be able to let
Now,
that go, B.
his situation, I do feel like it is some blatant racism involved in that.
I mean, you
it's a black
came
dude
right at
fighting some
dogs, man. Exactly.
You know, I looked at the change.org petition. It's like 300,000 signatures to keep him off the field.
That
And then
damn
there are
dog
people who
killer.
support Mike Vick.
Exactly.
That one has like 5,600
Right.
Yeah, dog. Like,
signatures.
come on, man. It's like,
I was
yo.
like, come on, yeah. So he fought some dogs. I get it. It was a terrible thing. But I'm imagining
Correct.
I would hope that these same people get equally as up in arms about the meat industry, beef.
No.
Have you seen how cows and cattle are treated and slaughtered
They don't care
before
that-
it makes its way to your table?
They don't care. They
Or the
feed
way
that
they
to their
treat
dog.
chickens before it
They
makes
feed
its way
that.
to
They
your
feed that
table?
good ass beef. Give me that good ass beef, and I'm gonna give it to
If
my
in the
dog.
middle of the,
Dogs,
if in the
right?
middle of the Pro Bowl you see Tom Brady grab a Big Mac and wink at the camera, that shit will sell for billions.
Exactly. Like, what do
Crazy.
you mean? Like, this shit.
Gotta have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They don't give two shits, man.
That's just the way of the world, man.
Exactly, man.
Sadly as it is.
Well, my man Marlo says, see, you want it to be one way.
It's always gonna be the other way.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Don't you forget it.
it's,
I told my employees that shit the other day. Like I was like, actually not even my employees. I was delivering a presentation to like 100 new hires, and I used that line. To quote the great Marlo.
you want it to be one
And
way.
then I talked about The Wire for like 15 minutes. So you can't really give me a platform because I'm just talking about, you going to hear something about The Wire and you going to hear something about pro wrestling within the first 20, 25 minutes. But they're going to be entertained, so I keep it moving.
So,
We're dead.
same. You know what I'm saying?
You did put me onto the wire time.
Hey,
You know what
man.
I'm saying? Listen,
You're
man,
welcome.
great show, man. One of the best that ever did it, man.
I don't know about that one, this kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
I'm
I'm biased. I just started watching it again last week just because I like to watch it annually.
So I was gonna start
I
watching.
did that over the summer.
Mm-hmm. You ain't wrong for that.
And I did that, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
wrong for that.
I tried to put my boo onto it. She ain't want to watch it, so
F her.
man,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean
I didn't take it as such, man, because I had to stop the car.
that. I don't want no smoke play.
It's all good out here, man.
So what's the New Year's resolution?
I don't really get into
I don't
those.
do resolutions, man.
No.
I do. I know what I'm flipping it to now? New Year's evolutions.
Well, what's the
You know what I'm saying? New Year's evolutions,
Excuse
man.
the shit out of me.
You know what I'm saying? We just evolving, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? As a man, and mind, body, and soul. You know, just increasing. You know, what I need to do with my family. You know, and get things moving how it need to. Self-preservation. I will not be working for the man by the end of this year. I will be, you know, handling my own business how I need to, man. Through all different types of platforms, man.
Okay.
So that's the evolution right there, man. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. Yourself, good brother. You know what I'm saying? That's how we can leave out. What would you like to do?
Me?
Whoever wants to
I
pick
know.
it up
Okay.
next.
Just dropping it. Somebody else.
Yeah, I guess if I could make more in 2020 than I made in 2019, that's usually a plus for me. I'm trending there, so we'll see what happens.
So make some more money, save some more money.
Yeah, save some more. Make sure I throw some more vegetables in. Keep flossing every day. Yeah.
Stuff.
That's it. Make more money, save more money. I gotta make more money.
and save more money. You're on for that, man.
Make the save.
Speaking of make more money, you mean you hit that FanDuel joint again?
Which one?
You hit the FanDuel Sportsbook joint?
No, Ty. I need to. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna do FanDuel 2020.
I mean, you don't have to wait. I can send you a link right now. Get you
I'm
$100.
gonna start trying to
Get
do
you
it.
$100 in site credit, baby.
Might have more fortune than I have with
You know how many
scratch
active
offs.
bets I got right now for today?
I'm coming for all your deals and all your real estate in 2020.
Oh, that comes in that article you sent me about the millennials
Yes.
playing more lotto tickets and all that stuff now than the previous.
Exactly.
It's because of the debt. That student loan debt, man. It's almost like impossible.
Right.
How am I going to manage to pay this off?
You'll have a great job.
Maybe 30, 40,000 out the door.
But they also said we spend too much, and because of that, we spend too much money on our vices. They said millennials spend like between 22 to like 36, whatever it may be. Like they said, they spend too much.
I can buy that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. And it's right between liquor, you know what I'm saying? Your veggies, you're just relaxing and being out in the mix.
I mean,
because that's your way to get your mind off that
off of that
foolishness.
stuff.
You know what I'm
Student
saying?
loans, you could be 100,000 plus in debt.
Pay it for 10 years and still be at $100,000 because all you pay was interest.
Then it's like, well, you want to buy a house, you got a mortgage now. It's like houses are so expensive. It's just getting really ridiculous now. It's like, how do you get yourself out of this debt?
Oh yeah, dog. Like, yo,
everybody's just trying to get that quick hit. Yo, let me just hit this lotto.
Right.
I be saying the same thing when I play lotto. It's just like,
and put them lottery tickets here just to tease us.
You mess around and having a quick prayer like, Lord God, I don't even need the whole million. Just
Exactly,
hit for like
like,
200-300.
I'd be so sad. You know what I do with that money?
Good just with that money. Just let me hit for that right there.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
No, my lord.
I don't need all the balls in the Powerball, Lord.
Let me just get a couple.
Let me get 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Get
all.
enough to get right.
Let me just hit for this 100K.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all I need.
Right.
A minimum of an M, Lord. A M. That is
Hey.
nothing right now. That's like a
What that
stack
do
back
for
in the
me?
day.
I can finally pay off these student loan debts.
Be
man.
done in Lord. And all I want to see is a 850 credit score. That is all.
You pay off these credit card debts.
I want my joint as soon as I come in there, everything open up. I don't even got to put my card out. They just know it off the. Whatever he wants.
Yeah, I know.
Whatever he
You see
wants.
that man's
You know
credit
what I'm
score,
saying?
right?
Woo.
He's good for it.
Oh,
that shit
let
on
him
the-
in.
Put that shit on the t-shirt.
Let him in. Like, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean? Ladies' faces change when I come up there. Oh, hey.
Wow.
What you want to get today? Because they know
You
they
can
ain't
get
getting
whatever you want. I'm trying to get a commission.
Exactly.
That's why I said, make more money, save more money, man.
Where you go?
Finances in tip-top shape.
Oh no, that's that evolution. You know what I mean? Like seriously, everything get more serious. You know, each year that it go on, and you realize, you know, certain things we used to be hype over, like no, you know what I mean? Absolutely not, dog. I want, you know what feels good? No, all my bills paid, kid.
Right.
And I'm actually ahead on them Johns. Like, oh no.
And real shit, what feels good to me is when I cook food on payday. Because it's hard. Because I just got more money and it's easy for me to just go somewhere and get a cheesesteak.
yeah,
But to actually make food,
That is something. Right there, man.
I feel that reward, and I don't do it all the time. I don't do it as much as I should. I'm not as consistent as I should be with it. But when I do it, I'm like, all right, I'm starting this pay cycle off right.
Be responsible.
Next time this joint come around, I won't be looking around in this cupboard for some can of beans and some Vienna sausage.
Exactly.
I'm be straight. So that's
Wait,
a
my
big one.
Vienna sausage.
So that's a big one for me, man.
Wait, the last can of sardines. God.
Home cooking on payday.
No, I'm guilty of that because sometimes you know it's messed up, but I do associate payday with eating out.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you do. Exactly.
That's just the way we was brought up, man.
Exactly.
You know, we can't
Eating out tonight.
just get rid of everything that we were kind of taught when we were kids. That's just the way it was. Thursday and Friday, I already knew a cheesesteak was coming my way. I didn't even have to think about it. So nobody cooked.
Now, yeah, nah, I'll be
Let
throwing
me go ahead and throw a
now.
steak in the air fryer.
Exactly.
Microwave
That's
and baked
all right.
potatoes, something.
Maybe some teriyaki
Plus, I got
wings,
1,000
that's it.
gadgets. So it, like,
Man, I'm gonna get an air fryer.
listen,
The air
man.
fryer, good money.
You just
man.
turn that shit on and walk away, bro. How you think I made my breakfast patties this morning?
And you cannot tell the difference between air fried food and traditional
No,
fried.
not at all.
If it's done correctly. no.
Yeah, I mean, because
So both of you will test it.
You're spraying a little bit of cooking spray on the food before you
Certain
put it in
things
there.
might have a different taste for me on certain things, but overall,
fried two sticks?
yes. I had one.
Okay.
It got a little messed up, but when I did have
Air
it,
fried too much in there.
you know what I'm saying?
I just got my mom her Christmas present. The Ninja Foodie is the air fryer and pressure cooker.
Oh wow.
So she's
Wait,
big
so
and
you
shit.
can air fry stuff and like make like stews and pots?
Yeah, you can do everything in this motherfucker, man. That joint's the future. She was like, I don't even think Mark got one of these. Let me call him. You got one of these? I ain't think so.
Ty got it for me.
Yeah, right. Ty done got me the new Foodie. So she's chilling with that. And because of the way I was raised, she really didn't make me give a shit about waiting until Christmas because I went with her to buy the Nintendo tapes. So, I mean, I gave it to her last week. Like, all right, Merry Christmas. Here you go. Have at it. Maybe you make something for Christmas. So she already playing with it.
You want something fried?
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm going to throw in some navy beans today.
Navy beans. That's some old school shit for you, right?
Exactly.
Now listen.
I got the
I'm
ham
not
hocks and navy beans today. No, I ain't got no chicken.
let my beans motherfucking steam up here.
Put these on last night.
She gonna make that. She gonna make corn liquor with the raisins in the jug. I remember that.
I go over there Christmas, there's some goddamn navy beans in the pot. I'm a crack up.
Going to Ty crib and stealing some of that corn liquor with the raisins in it.
Oh, yeah, we had that. We had that often. Teenage Ty would come sneak a sip of that. Ooh, how y'all drink this? Ugh.
Yeah, I never was a fan of the corn, man.
It ain't good, but I mean, it serves a purpose.
Drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, thinking back on it, like, whoa, like there'd be some boys be swearing off of it.
Alcohol.
Yeah, man.
That's why they look like they had a hard life. By
It'll do the
26.
trick. You can believe that. Wherever
Shit
you
would-
need to be, corn liquor take you there fast.
That shit
With your whole
would
body.
tear up your life fast.
Yeah, you should have it with a salad.
Go try
That little corn liquor in this here apricot
all.
salad.
That's all.
These navies.
Right,
The essentials, the essentials,
You know what I
man.
mean?
It's the holidays. Come on.
What's wrong with y'all, man?
You waited till
talking
the
about
light went
that?
green across you.
Exactly. Come on, man. You back
I'm
your
gonna come back
ass
here
up,
8
man.
o'clock and his ass gonna be right there.
Come on, man. Come on now, Slim. Touch me now, soon.
I know, right?
Come on, punk.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I was talking about well actually more and more when I watch old Eddie Murphy stuff, man, I just get an appreciation that man, he's the GOAT. Like I mean, it's just
The
no
GOAT as far as what, movies or stand-up comedy?
period. All
of them?
movies,
Just the GOAT entertainer.
the GOAT entertainer, comedian, stand-up, movie boy, everything.
For our generation.
Period. It's nothing like him.
I mean, so even if you don't go of all time, I'm just saying in terms of when we were at our kid, to adolescence, who could possibly come close to that?
Well, what I'm saying is he is the overall GOAT, yes. But as far as stand-up comedians go, I don't think he's the GOAT. Of stand-up
Who?
comedy.
Who's better?
I would give Dave Chappelle that before I give it to Eddie Murphy.
No,
I would give
No.
Chris Rock that before I give it to Eddie
absolutely not. He's smoking
Murphy. He
something.
has 2 stand-up specials.
And they're legendary, dog.
But I mean, I'm not saying
Eddie
they're not
Murphy's
good.
kind of like Big in that respect, because he just got ready to die in life after. He just has raw and delirious. They're standard bearers. They're the model for what a comedian should do, but there's only
I don't
2.
Dog, they
I don't
like an
think
hour,
he's the
2
GOAT.
hours.
I understand. No, I figured that'd be like when you got somebody like Jay-Z, for instance, who's put out album upon album upon album upon album, where you got the Chappelles of the world, Chris Rocks of the world, who's had special upon special
each
upon
being
special.
quality.
Right, and different.
Some of them classics.
None of them groundbreaking like Raw or Delirious, dog. Nobody goes like, yo.
But see, that's
But what, wait,
just
wait,
dog.
what
Are
was
you
so
all this is
kidding me?
now-
ground-
all
what was
this
so
is-
groundbreaking?
all this is
dog,
just
like, what you mean,
you
dog?
guys
Eddie
just have
went
a
in.
difference of opinion in terms of GOAT criteria. That's all it is.
But I don't know what's so I'm not saying they're not
Dog.
funny. These are hilarious, no doubt.
Dog,
but
man.
I wouldn't call it
Dog,
groundbreaking.
what do you mean,
material.
dog?
Or even
the
pushing
McDonald's
envelope
burger
at
joint.
all.
Like, what do you mean, dog?
Dave
Like,
Chappelle's last Sticks and Stones pushed the envelope more.
Bro, how
so-
long did he have to take to get there? 1,000 years to push the envelope,
It don't
dog?
matter
We
how
talk
long
about,
it takes.
yeah,
How
dog.
long did you get there?
Dog, come
All
on,
right,
man.
all right.
Nah, dog.
Stop getting into this when you heard that.
Yeah,
argument
no,
too.
come on, man.
But that's what I'm saying.
Come
though.
on, nah.
How long it take to get there?
Come on, man. I'm not taking
I mean,
nothing away from Chappelle, but no. Absolutely.
I disagree. I would
Yeah.
think though he is more of the GOAT than Eddie Murphy. Just based on his specials alone. They're more controversial. Eddie Murphy's specials now are controversial in retrospect, and he has to come out and apologize for the things that he says.
Listen, man.
Dave Chappelle's specials are controversial presently. currently. They're contemporary.
I mean, Eddie retired.
That's my term for that right now.
Yeah, no, man, it's cool. Turn around.
But he's not being apologetic for anything that he says.
You both have valid arguments. I can't say which one is right and which one is wrong.
Man, listen here, man. It's cool. I'm not going to front like Chappelle can't make his way into the comedic stand-up argument. He can, definitely, because that's the homie. I got love for Dave all day long. You know what I'm saying? All day. But I guess, you know what I'm saying?
The
I got to take
totality.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be Eddie, but I get what you're saying, Sam.
I mean, because, look, Eddie, movies, yes. He did revolutionize it for comics, yes. He's a comedian, and he was a movie star. And as far as
You
black
had like
people,
it was
and
a
for
whole
black
lot of
film,
stand-ups
black film in
getting
general,
on the big screen.
And he
but he
sold
plays
out.
the hero. He plays the lead. He doesn't play some crazy coon or a
Right,
slave
ex-slave
or
or,
something
yeah, rapist,
that
some shit,
makes
yeah.
people, black folks, look bad. He makes us look great. All these movies that he does, action, comedy, even the sex appeal, Boomerang. He plays the romantic leading man in that.
Mm-hmm.
So I do give him the credit for that. But as far as stand-up comics go, I can't give him the GOAT. He's great. I can't give him the GOAT. Not over Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock.
Absolutely.
He'll make his stand-up comeback. Eddie's going to make his stand-up comeback, and he's a funny guy, and I know it's going to be funny.
Was he the first stand-up movie?
I don't think it'll be
Like,
as
where
funny
people
as
went to theaters?
Dave
He's
Chappelle
the
and Chris
first one to
Rock's
ever
special. He's a
sell
little
out and put them numbers up like he did.
That's
Like,
great.
you
That's
know what
a
I'm saying?
different era, and he did pave the way for the guys I'm saying.
I'm just saying his Jones is my listen right now, dog. No, I can't agree, but that's your opinion, and that's the balls.
And everybody getting out on it. This conversation is over.
I didn't want to get out.
It's done. That's it. That's it.
I was still into
The
it.
final.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
we agree to disagree.
That's all right, I know.
That's what the balls
I'm in
do.
the back. I gotta know my place.
No, shit, you the man. You know what I'm saying? My man,
Thanks,
the
guys.
balls.
Continue this conversation in
You know what I'm
2020.
2020.
We're going to continue right now outside this car.
The balls. Appreciate y'all. Enjoy your holiday.